Hello BBN. Even Jon Scheyer is praising Pope after the huge win. Was it a surprise that no one expected? Did you see it? Let's get to the news. But first, sign up to receive more news from the Cats. And what about the game against Lipscomb? How much will it be? I want to see your opinion at the end of the video. And Mark Pope has only just begun his journey as head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. But he is already leaving an impressive mark. The victory over Duke, ranked number 6 in the Champions Classic, was a true calling card for an era that promises great things in Lexington. Kentucky started the game as underdogs, but ended as protagonists, turning the score around and securing a 77-72 triumph. This result came not only from the hands of a talented team, but from a leadership that managed to extract the best from the players at the decisive moment. Pope demonstrated a tactical maturity that perhaps was not expected so soon. The way he pulled his team together after a tough halftime break, turning a 46-37 deficit into a solid win, was a masterclass in leadership and execution. Andrew Carr, a transfer from Wake Forest, led the way with 17 points and, more importantly, was a commanding presence on both ends of the floor. Carr showed why he is considered a key player in the construction of this new Kentucky. However, what really stood out was the team's balance. 3 players finished in double figures in scoring, and the team hit 10 three-pointers, proving that the offense is diverse and dangerous. The performance was so remarkable that Duke coach Jon Scheyer was full of praise. A lot of respect for him and them, Scheyer said, referring to Pope and the Kentucky team. He highlighted the Wildcats' maturity and patience in the second half, in addition to highlighting the quality of the offense. They executed really well down the stretch, really well. For Scheyer, the relevance of programs like Kentucky and Duke goes beyond the court. College basketball is at its best when these two programs are really good, he said. That statement echoes the sentiment that a competitive Kentucky elevates the sport, bringing more attention and excitement to the NCAA. It's hard not to admire how Pope is guiding this group. During the preseason, many questioned whether the Wildcats had a true playmaker. The answer, at least for now, seems to be that they don't need just one. The team has demonstrated unselfishness, moving the ball intelligently and finding the best shooting opportunities. And all of this has been done without relying on the production of Jackson Robinson, the team's leading scorer, who scored just 1 point on the night. The challenge now is to keep the momentum going. The next 5 games leading up to a matchup against number 3 ranked Gonzaga on December 7th will serve as an additional barometer for the team's growth. Gonzaga promises to be an even tougher opponent, but if there's one thing the win over Duke showed, it's that Kentucky is willing to fight and prepared to thrive in the face of setbacks. This first significant win under Pope is more than just an early season triumph. It's a clear message that Kentucky is back in the spotlight. So let's get moving. And football? Some injuries, but we'll get through it. The Wildcats continue to face the challenges of a season marked by devastating injuries. After a dominant 48-6 win over Murray State, the news that linebacker Derrick Jackson is out for the rest of the season brings a note of concern amid the excitement. The loss is a tough blow for a defense that has already been suffering from significant losses. Jackson, a key player in the defensive scheme, has been out of the last 2 games due to a previous injury. His absence was evident after the loss to Florida in Week 8, when he was listed on the availability report. He has since been pulled from the matchup against Auburn and has not returned to the field. The impact of his absence goes beyond statistics. Jackson is not only a leader on the field, but also a symbol of resilience for the Wildcats. His career total of 217 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 9 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, 3 sacks, and 1 forced fumble reflects his central role on Kentucky's defense. The situation is further complicated by the continued absences of Jason Dumas-Johnson, J.J. Weaver and Dion Walker. Those players, who also form the backbone of the defense, have left Kentucky football coach Mark Stoops with limited options. Still, Stoops remains hopeful that those players will return before the end of the season. However, even with these setbacks, the performance of Alex Afari Jr., who has taken over for Jackson the past 2 games, offers a glimmer of hope. Afari has shown adaptability and competence, but the pressure on him and the rest of the defense will be immense in the 2 crucial remaining games. The math for Kentucky's season is simple but unforgiving. They need to win their final 2 games, against Texas and Louisville, to become bowl eligible. The task will be daunting, especially without a player of Jackson's caliber, but the Wildcats have already shown that they have the ability to overcome adversity. There is also a future scenario that could bring some relief to Kentucky fans. Having played only 4 games in 2021 due to an Achilles injury, Jackson is eligible to take a medical leave of absence and return to the team in 2025. This possibility keeps alive the hope that he can still end his college career in grand fashion. In the meantime, the season continues, and the Wildcats have the opportunity to show the collective strength that has always characterized them. What will it be like on the football field? Let's keep rooting. Comment below with your thoughts.